Listen to me, guys. I have been watching General Hospital for decades, and what I am seeing right now is a complete mess. We all knew Drew was eventually going to regain his speech. We saw the signs. Felicia was helping him. Elizabeth was pushing for his rehabilitation, and he was slowly getting his mobility back after Jen Sidwell drugged him. We knew the day was coming when he would open his mouth and tell the world exactly what Nina and Willow have been doing to him. But the way these writers are handling this fallout, it is an absolute outrage. My blood is boiling just thinking about the sheer audacity of these two women and the outrageous writing that is turning them into literal monsters. So, Drew finally gets his voice back. He can speak, and the second those words come out of his mouth, Nina and Willow realize that their entire house of cards is about to come crashing down. Every single dirty, filthy secret they have been hiding is on the verge of being exposed to all of Port Charles. Now, we all know Jack Brennan stepped in. Brennan, bless his heart, actually went out and secured the black box from Valentine. He got the hard evidence proving that Drew was embezzling funds. Brennan handed this golden ticket to Nina and Willow, telling them to use it to blackmail Drew into silence. He thought he solved the problem. He thought he gave them the perfect leverage to keep Drew quiet without any more violence. But are Nina and Willow rational? No! They are completely out of their minds. Despite having the embezzlement evidence right in their hands, these two paranoid, delusional women decide they cannot risk it. They sit there in their twisted little echo chamber and convince each other that as long as Drew is breathing, their secrets are not safe. They genuinely believe that no matter what blackmail they hold over him, Drew will eventually find a way to destroy them. Am I the only one screaming at the television screen? This is rooting the character arc of Willow Kane. She is supposed to be this saintly congresswoman, this loving mother, and now she is sitting in a room with Nina plotting a premeditated murder? This is not a crime of passion, guys. This is not Nina panicking and acting on pure instinct to push his wheelchair into the lake like she did before. Oh no. This is cold, calculated, premeditated murder. They are meticulously planning to make Drew disappear permanently. They are crossing a line from which there is absolutely no return, and it is a heart-wrenching betrayal of everything we thought we knew about these characters. I cannot even begin to describe the sheer disrespect to the fans who have invested years into watching Willow grow, only to see her turned into a cold-blooded killer alongside her equally unhinged mother. The build-up to this confrontation is just sickening to watch. You can see the wheels turning in their heads as they prepare their deadly trap. They lure Drew into a tense confrontation. We do not get to see the actual deed because, of course, the writers want to drag this mystery out for another 6 months, but we see the immediate aftermath. Following this incredibly intense standoff, Drew just vanishes. He is completely gone. Poof! Not a single trace of him left behind in Port Charles. And then the Port Charles Police Department, who we all know couldn't find their way out of a paper bag, gets involved. They launch this massive citywide investigation. They search high and low, and what do they find? They find Drew's car abandoned in a remote, heavily wooded area outside of town. The car's empty. No Drew. No signs of life. Just an eerie, abandoned vehicle sitting in the dirt. Immediately, the PCPD jumps to the conclusion that Drew has met a tragic end. They start treating it as a fatal accident or a homicide, and the news spreads through the town like wildfire. When the news hits, the reactions are devastating. Carly is absolutely bong huang. Excuse me. She is completely shattered. She just got Jason back from his WSB captivity. She is finally trying to put her life back together, and now she loses Drew? The grief she portrays is palpable. And Michael, poor Michael, is completely shocked. He has been dealing with Jacinda's drama and flexing his power at deception, but hearing that his uncle is presumed dead just knocks the wind right out of him. The entire Corinthos and Quartermain families are plunged into this dark, heavy mourning period. But you know what makes me want to throw my remote at the TV? Nina and Willow. These two vipers. They have the absolute nerve to stand there in front of Carly, Michael, and the rest of the family and fake their grief. They are squeezing out crocodile tears, dabbing their eyes with tissues, and pretending to be so heartbroken over Drew's tragic disappearance. It makes me sick to my stomach. They are playing the roles of the grieving ex-wife and the devastated mother-in-law, all while secretly breathing sighs of relief because they think they finally got away with murder. I am yelling at the screen. We know what you did. It is an absolute travesty. But thank the soap opera heavens for Jason Morgan. Yes, Jason is back, and he is not buying this garbage for 1 single second. Jason knows Drew better than anyone. They share a bond, a history, a literal face, for heaven's sake. Jason looks at the police report. He looks at the abandoned car, and his instincts are screaming that this is a setup. Jason refuses to believe that this was just some random accident or a simple tragedy. He knows there is foul play involved, and he is not going to rest until he uncovers the truth. I am so thrilled that Jason is taking the reins on this investigation. He starts retracing Drew's final steps on the day he disappeared. He goes out to that remote area where the car was found. He is looking at the tire tracks, he is analyzing the timeline, and he is finding massive inconsistencies. Jason realizes that the timeline Nina and Willow provided the police does not add up. There are missing gaps, strange phone records, and details that just scream that this was a staged crime scene. Jason is putting the puzzle pieces together, and he is slowly but surely zeroing in on the truth. He knows someone deliberately made Drew disappear, and he is going to tear Port Charles apart to find out who did it. Now, let us talk about the theories, because my mind has been spinning all night. Theory number 1. Nina and Willow actually succeeded. They actually murdered Drew and buried his body somewhere in the woods. If this is true, I am going to riot. That would be the ultimate disrespect to the fans and a horrific end to Drew's character. But this is General Hospital, guys. Nobody stays dead, and no crime goes exactly as planned. Which brings me to theory number 2, and I think this is exactly what is happening. I firmly believe that before Nina and Willow could strike the final, fatal blow, a third party intervened. Someone else kidnapped Drew. Think about it. Drew has enemies everywhere right now. Jen Sidwell is still a massive threat. Even if he is in custody, he has goons on the outside. Or what about the WSB? What about Victor Cassidyne's remaining loyalists? I am betting my bottom dollar that an unknown powerful force swooped in at the last possible second and snatched Drew right out from under Nina and Willow's noses. They probably think they killed him, or they think he fell into a river and washed away, but in reality, he is being held captive by a completely different villain. This creates the most delicious psychological torture for Nina and Willow, and honestly, they deserve every second of it. They are currently living in this state of constant, suffocating paranoia. They have to keep up this charade of being grieving family members, but deep down they are terrified. They jump at every shadow. They panic every time their phone rings. They are living in absolute fear that Drew is not actually dead. They know that if they didn't see a body, there is a chance he survived. And if Drew is alive, he is out there somewhere, biding his time, gathering his strength, and preparing to rain absolute hellfire down upon them. Can you even imagine the climax when Drew finally returns? Because we all know he is coming back. When Drew steps out of the shadows, fully recovered, fully mobile, and with his voice booming across the Metro Court, Nina and Willow are going to drop dead from sheer terror. If they thought Drew was a threat before, they have not seen anything yet. The vengeance he will seek after they tried to premeditatedly murder him will be biblical. He will not just expose their secrets, he will utterly destroy their lives, their reputations, and their freedom. I am sitting here, furious at the writers for turning Willow into a murderer, but I am also on the edge of my seat waiting for Jason to bust this case wide open. Jason is going to figure it out, guys. He is going to find that one piece of evidence that ties Nina and Willow to the crime scene, and when he does, he is going to drag them kicking and screaming to the PCPD. I cannot wait for that day. Until then, we have to suffer through their fake tears and lies? I am just so overwhelmed with frustration, but I will be watching every single day to see these two wicked women finally get what is coming to them. Let me know in the comments if you are as outraged as I am, because I feel like I am taking crazy pills watching this show.